No problem.
I'm gonna let you freezing a little bit. I'm gonna let you get your Wi-Fi right over there for a second. No rush. That's better. That's you good now?
I'm good.
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, man. Just out here in AZ, getting a little training in.
I
How
like
about you?
I'm good, man. I'm still out here in Portland, man. You know, this is the last week until we gotta go down in that bubble down there. So
Yeah, I know that's gonna be crazy.
I already know. We looking forward to it. Though. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I think that's the fun part, the unknown of
Right.
it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely. But before we get started, man, I just want to say, thank you, man, for jumping on what's another episode of What's in Your Glass. Um, as you know, I'm a big fan of yours. I've spent some time, a little bit of time in Houston, but I've been watching you since you was at Clemson, and just everything that you've been able to do, you've been able to accomplish in such a short career so far, even in college. For people who don't know, at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson, um, 12th overall pick, 2017 draft,
Yes, sir.
two-time Pro Bowl, college football national champion at Clemson. Uh, what you have? Best male collegiate athlete, SB Award 17.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
ACC Athlete of the Year. That was all in. That was all in college. Um, but again, welcome to this episode of What's in Your Glass, my brother. Always. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in. As we always start, we always raise our glass to do a virtual cheer before we get going. I don't know if you got a glass over there. You in training. I don't know what's going on your side.
I got a little cup that I'm sipping on.
I like that. You double cupping it up.
Yes, sir. Gotta have that. Houston vibes.
Oh man. How you so you said you in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I am. I
What's
am.
because there's a lot going on out there with this virus.
It's nah, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we just kind of I just be at the crib, and then I got a little private, gym from my soccer club. They let me use it for the week. A couple of my teammates, they make sure they checking us and making sure our temperatures and everything like that straight. So outside of that, I just be at the house. I got a couple of homeboys in town, just showing them around, just kicking it, pretty
Ain't nothing
much.
wrong,
So
ain't nothing wrong with AZ though. Ain't nothing wrong.
nah, AZ, yeah, AZ is a move, it's a vibe.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you into wine, right? I'm gonna just start with the wine question. Are you into wine?
Yeah, yeah, I like wine. I'm still learning about it.
What's your favorite?
See, I go back and forth with the red and white. See, the white I like Riesling, but I love the Merlot too. I had some crazy Riesling and Merlot in Israel. I went to Israel last year
Oh
in
wow.
Jerusalem.
That's
Yeah, that was pretty real good.
I like that. Save that. We will come back
All
to that.
right,
Uh you got a new book coming out. I wanted to get on that in this fall called Pass It On.
yes
What made,
sir.
what made you decide to write a book? Like what can the readers, what can myself um, expect to learn from this book?
Yeah, I just wanted to take a different angle. Going through college, I always told myself that I took communications, and I wanted to do a documentary as sooner. Once in a time I get the opportunity for that, and I'm actually starting that up. This week actually out here in AZ. So the first part of the documentary, but I just wanted to take a different angle because I feel like not everyone watches sport, not everyone know Deshaun Watson. So it's a lot of readers out there across the world. So if my book can, be in the stores or in the airports and things like that, when people travel and people that don't even watch sports, they can check it out. And what the book is about leadership, servant leadership, and it's about, really just a testimony of my life, how I dealt with, how I was raised, and the advice that I can give for other people that can get, who's dealing with adversity and can overcome that. And it has a whole bunch of different other, advice and tips throughout the book. But that was my goal.
So speaking on the advice and the tips and all that, you in the book you talk about 7 core values that kind of guided you through your own journey. Tell
Right.
us tell us about those values and what they are and how they helped you throughout your life.
Yeah, I mean those values was real key. Like I said before, one was leadership. One was really kind of, I don't want to give too much away, but how dealing with the adversity. And dealing with I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Section 8 apartments. I grew up not having food. And trying to scrape up some change to go to the store to buy a bag of chips just to eat tonight. And just kind of dealing with that situation. So I feel like if I can deal with that, I feel like anybody, I mean, who's dealing with, anything worse or anything that's better, can deal with their situation problems if you keep believing and keep pushing forward.
That's a fact. And I asked you about those because the 7 core values, right? With any time for me when I'm dealing with the number 7 is something special, right? So
Right.
the first when I read that you had 7 core values in there, I was very interested to hear more about those values. Why 7 at the end of the day? Is that number special to you, or is that something that you just landed on? Okay, these are it just so happened to be 7 core values.
At first, it was just something that just had to be 7. But as I think about it, not real religious, but I'm spiritual, and I feel like on the 7th day, that was completion, and for me to be able to, have those 7 core values that would make, follow those values, I will have that completion in myself. I will have that peace that can get me through whatever I need to get through, good or bad. So. That was really the big reason why I stuck with 7, because I was thinking of more, but I was like, I feel like I'd just be trying to push it and just try to add things. I felt 7 was the limit where I just need to cut it off, and that was it.
Absolutely. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. Uh,
Right,
I like to learn about all of it, right? From I like to go back and I like to peel back the layers and really get deep into who we are as people, as Black people at the end of the day, and where that history.
right,
So I can relate when obviously when it comes to what that number 7 is at the end of the day. And you said completion, and it's also a form of perfection at the end of the day. It's 7 always keep coming back to me, right?
yeah,
It's the 7th letter in the alphabet, obviously, and that letter is G, God. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it always comes back to that, and
right,
that's what I keep my eye on the prize with. And one of the reasons why I wore number 7, that even though I'm 00 now, and I still believe that I got number 7 on the court when I'm out there.
yeah.
When you say 00, I'm like, nah, that wasn't me. 00. So
Right,
I'm still connected to the 7 always, right? Or always, and I know there's a lot more behind that 7 and why I wear that 7. Um, and that's a whole nother conversation we have to get into.
right. Yeah,
But
we'll do that.
I understand. I understand when you said the 7 core values of how you operate. So I just want to say congratulations on that. Um,
Thank you.
you've been doing a lot in our community, with the Black Lives Matter protests. I saw you out there. Congratulations on being on the front line and using your voice and stepping up to that
Yes,
challenge.
sir.
What was it like? Because everybody has their own experience when they're dealing with the Black Lives Matter protests or any protest, and that's out there. What was your experience like?
My experience was actually, it was peaceful, man. I was blessed and had the opportunity to be on the front line with the George Floyd family, and Trader Truth and Bun B and those guys in Houston, and they coordinated everything and made sure that we did it peacefully. We walked down to the I think the city hall. They did their speeches. Everyone talked and expressed what they needed to express, and I felt like just me. And I didn't really have to say much, but if I was there, showing my face, letting the world know that, hey, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm going to support, and I'm gonna stand up with. Then I feel like that was not enough, but it was enough at the moment, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more.
Big shout out to Trader Truth and everybody that's out there. That's like family right there. Bun B and everybody. Um, they've been heavily active on what's been going on, in the Black community, but also in particular, um, specifically speaking on in Texas, in Houston, like
Right.
really getting out there, and fighting for a voice or fighting for the voices that's not even being heard, that's out there. Keeping the pressure on a lot of people on the country to keep the eyeballs and everything on Houston at the end of the day.
Right.
So that fight is never going to stop. Trey is somebody I talked to. We've chopped it up a couple times just about what we can do, how we can help, but also letting him know that we have his back. Because
For sure.
he doing it on his own at the end of the day.
He is.
He doing it on his own, and I don't think people understand that, and he need more recognition when it comes to that. I know he don't really want that, but people need to help out. People need to understand that. So I'm declaring that right now and putting that out there.
Yeah, you have to, and I feel you the same way. And that's what I told him whenever I saw him that day. I'm standing behind you. Anything you need from me, with the Texans, players from the Texans that's standing up with you. Like, hey, just let us know. We're gonna be there.
You're very committed to change, and there's a lot of people that say that they committed to change, and they just do it for a short period of time, and then they fall off to the wayside. But you've been sticking with it. How committed you are to meaningful change? And I ask that, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? What are what's the message that you're trying to put out there for what you're doing? Everybody has their own role that they have to play.
Correct. For me personally, I haven't been doing too much as far as like on my own. I've been doing a lot, helping out with my teammates. Kenny Stills. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kenny Stills. He's real big in that. He's actually coming down to AZ. I think he's coming down today or tomorrow morning to come train with me. I talk to him on a daily basis. I talked to Kaepernick the other week about getting and making sure that anything that he needs is changed. Because I for me personally, and I have my agent is real big in this movement. I haven't done anything for myself by myself. I just been helping other people with other situations, what they got going on, trying to put my feet in every corner that I can, and then using my voice and platform in that way.
Do you have one lane? Because I know you said you in different lanes. You trying to put yourself in different areas, in different spaces. Do you have one lane that you're trying to attack, or you trying to see, where your help is needed, and you're going from there?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing I've been doing right now is just where my help is needed, and instead of focus, because I'm one of those people that I feel like if I can touch every lane and just get every lane to another level as far as change and where it needs to go, then I feel like I'm doing my job. I feel like if I'm focused on one lane, then I'm missing out on another lane. And for me, I'm a perfectionist. I want to be able to help everybody. So that's what I've been doing, just trying to help everybody that I can.
Absolutely. What speaking on kind of what the hell is going on in our country right now, what lessons do you hope we as a country can take from what's going on right now?
I mean, just we all equal. We all need to be treated the same. I've not necessarily have experience, especially in my adult years, any police brutality or things like that. But I definitely have experienced racism, being categorized in a certain direction, certain way, and I feel like that just need to change. It ain't the old days no more. And I'm in the newer generation, so that's all I really know. I don't. So I'm trying to learn the history. I'm trying to learn and grab as much as I can, from what my mom and her mom, experienced. So for me, I just want things to just be changed. Everyone see each other in the same set of eyes, and treat each other the same way with respect, peace, and love.
At the end of the day, that's interesting you said that, because what you're seeing now, like this is our history, but for the younger generation, this is what people in the 60s and the 70s were experiencing, right? So they came up under that. Even way before that. I'm just going on something as recent as those years. We've been dealing with this. They say 400 years. It's been longer than 400 years. It's we talk about the 1800s. We talk about 1619, but historically, we talk about 1500s, where all of this had originally, if you want to start going back to doing that math. But now you are in this world of where the athletes are getting younger, and younger, more brilliant, more wiser, though, more woke, more revolutionary, ready to go, and
Right.
and stand for what they believe in. How you as a black quarterback though, that's special at the end of the day. That's special within its own right. But is there pressure for you being a black quarterback?
It is, honestly. And I never necessarily came out and said that. But it's definitely pressure. I definitely got to carry myself in a different way, especially in the NFL as a black quarterback, to try to make sure that I meet the standards that I need to meet. And I necessarily shouldn't have to, because I feel like we all in the same position, we all doing the same thing. I'm out on the field every Sunday. I'm putting up the same numbers these white quarterbacks are doing. But at the same time, definitely, at the end of the day, they're gonna look at you the color of your skin and the way I was raised, the people I was raised with. And so sometimes, you got to move a little bit differently. You got to watch what you say and talk a little bit more proper. Because sometimes, when I'm with my boys, I don't talk that way. They don't talk that way. They don't understand that lingo. So, when I'm in front of the camera, I'm in, this environment, the way I want to talk and I'm talking normal, I can't talk like that. I got to make sure that I'm, suit and tie, I'm this way, I'm sitting straight up, I'm looking eye to eye, which is, everyone should be able to do that. But at the same time, it's still something that I wasn't used to growing up. So I got to get out of my comfort zone or what I'm comfortable in around my homeboys and my family, and then move to that, other side.
Exactly. What is that comfortable for you, or is that
I
within its own right? The fact that you have to be that in order for you to either push forward or move forward, somebody look at you in a different light. Because
it's got
I dealt with it, like what I'm
yeah,
saying? I dealt
right.
with it. Whatever, I dealt with it all at the end of the day. But I'm older, but it came to a point where I'm like, this is who I am. Like I'm standing on what I believe in at the end of the day. This
Right.
is these are my lessons that I've learned over
Yeah.
the years. So at first it was pressure for me. Not pressure, but it was stressful because I'm like, damn, I got
Right. It's frustrating.
it's a little frustrating. Do
Yeah.
you feel like that right now? Or when you
I,
have to get to that?
I feel like it's changing. I'm at that point in my career, going to year 4, and I've done enough and put the pelts on the wall where I'm confident enough in who I am as a person and what I can do on the field, and back it up, and also carry myself off the field in a respectful and good manner where I can be myself. I don't actually need to step out of my lane to try to be somebody else because somebody else is looking at me differently. Now, if you like me for who I am, then you're gonna like me. If not, then that's your own. I mean, that's on you. I can't fault you for that. So that I feel like I'm at that stage where I'm learning and I'm growing to, like, everywhere I go, I'm gonna carry myself the way I need to carry myself, that I'm comfortable in, because I am who I am.
And then that's again for me, my experiences. That's the beauty of the journey, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, because you come from a certain environment. You're a product of a certain environment that most people out there do not understand or want to understand. So
Right.
they look at you based on the perception that they want for you, that they have for you. And if you
Yeah.
anything different than that, you're looked upon like, oh, he is X, he is that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I know what that's like, man, and I understand it. I also know the game and I know the history. And I
Hmm.
also know that what you go through is a lot at the end of the day. A black
Right.
quarterback in a white man's league, that's a lot to deal with at the end of the day.
Right.
Because you may have times where you want to say certain things, but then you gotta bite your tongue. Or it's certain things that you want to address and you don't know what's gonna happen, how it's gonna come down on you, who's gonna say what, because you are a leader. Believe it or not, you are a leader in the black community and in the NFL
Right.
because you are part of a small group of black quarterbacks. And for so long, black quarterbacks been working so hard to get to this point
Get
right
to this
now.
point and stay in it.
At the end of the day.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I appreciate that, man. And I know the what you just said is really, and the biggest part I took out of that is really understanding the history of the league that I'm in, and I'm still growing on that too. Really understanding the history of this, of the NFL and how things kind of are changing, how things haven't changed, and how things are, going forward.
So speaking on the NFL, right? And I really don't like to talk sports on this. But you have an upcoming season too, just like I do. At the end of the day,
Right.
So how you feeling about that?
Man, it's gonna be weird, honestly, especially if there's no fans. Same with you. I mean, many years in the league, you playing the fans, you turned up with them, and now, what I'm saying, there's nobody in the, it's just the players. And then of course, with the COVID deal, you know how fast, just sicknesses and viruses kind of spread in the locker room. It just is contagious. So I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fly. I'm still trying to find information. They still haven't told us anything. They say we're gonna report July 20th. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we just kind of winging it right now.
Yeah, most definitely you gotta be safe at the end of the day. We're going out to Orlando to test it out first.
Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to do.
So,
make sure y'all go test it out. Baseball test it out.
The pressure is on us at the end of the day to make this work, because in all honesty, if it doesn't work, for us, it's not going to work for nobody else, right? So we're
right.
kind of the leaders in that space and being the pioneers on trying what this new game is about to be. There's no telling if we're going, we're not going to have fans, but in sports, period, there may not be fans for the rest of the year. And even in 21, there may not be fans. At the end of the day,
right.
The fans have to get used to not being. It's an adjustment to the fans too. And I was laughing and joking with a couple of teammates the other day. And I'm like, yo, what's going to happen when we out there and we get to popping shit to one another? Like, there's no fans. You know what I'm saying? The fans usually drown that out, but guys gonna pop shit to one another.
The whole time, all that's gonna come out.
So what's gonna happen, right? And I it's really gonna separate a lot of people, because a lot of times, guys, even in football too, they feed off the momentum of the fans.
Right.
Get up off the, that's motivating to them. When there's no fans there, you got to have a deep
self-motivation,
right? You gotta have a deep discipline and a self-motivation. So that's going to be that's going to separate a lot of people in all sports, because it depends on how strong you are mentally to go out there and jump. And that's the fire. You jump.
Yeah, trying to get right. That fire, and then if you get exposed and whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, and it's on virtual, it's on TV. So like you said, you gonna get the popping at the mouth, and people going back and forth, coach yelling like you're just gonna get exposed. Like you said, it's more mental, for a player. I feel like for me personally, it's gonna be more mental, just kind of staying locked in and competing that way.
What you looking forward to? When this season comes back.
I'm really looking forward to, man, just going out there and really just changing the game, taking my game to another level. Especially with the new additions. I definitely was hurt when, we let Hop go. That's my brother, that's my dog. But that's part of the business, something that I couldn't control. But we got some new additions with Cooks, Cobb. We got Kenny. We got David Johnson. So I'm real excited with some veteran, teammates that played a lot of football and ready to just get out there and just turn it up.
What does that? I'm interested to know. Like, what does that the social justice movement look like in the NFL? I mean, I know what it looks like in basketball, and we're still trying to figure that out as far as what that message is and what we want to attack. We're still trying to figure that out. But what is it like in the NFL? Because we have our commissioner allows us to have a voice, right?
Yeah.
And he support our stands, things that we believe in. He support that 1,000%. So we know what we can do, and there's really no limitations on what we can do or what we can say, because at the end of the day, it comes down to the individual on what we believe in and what we stand on. And I know for a while. I mean, not a while, for a long time in football, it's been go out there and play football and that's it. Don't talk about nothing else.
Right.
What's that movement like now in today NFL, in that locker room?
it's gonna be different. I honestly right now today couldn't tell you exactly how it's gonna be, but it's definitely gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of tests for a lot of people, especially for the white teammates. And majority of the players in the NFL are African American guys, black guys. So for people to walk in that locker room, and majority of that locker room is black. You know what I'm saying? Are the white guys tagging along? Are the coaching staff tagging along? I know Coach O'Brien already said he's gonna tag along. I know he's gonna take a knee, and he said he's gonna support us regardless of what he said or what we say. And then of course I know the owner for us, he's on a different environment. He's still trying to figure out what's going on, how to, you
Go ahead.
know. So is it weird for what I'm saying? So it's already some talk. But I feel like this year is the opportunity for a lot of guys and for us, in the NFL to change that perspective and that thought, and have a voice and be able to have the commissioner, accept that and have the fans accept that. Like these guys have a voice too. They don't just play sports. They don't just play football. They can talk about social justice just like you. When you go to your work, you can go to work, do what you got to do, and continue to talk about politics. So
Has it been an uncomfortable conversation with owners around the league from players? Because
uh,
that's when you start talking to the owners, specifically in the NFL, that's peeling back layers.
right,
That's generations of just what's going on at the end of the day. And that's the owners in the NFL like old world, right? So they know what it's like at the end of the day.
right.
They know what the real is. So do you find it uncomfortable for those owners to be able to talk about that and to discuss it with the players or not?
I think it's gonna be uncomfortable. I personally haven't talked to our owner. I talked to the head coach. I talked to Jack Easterby. I talked to the main guys that deal with the players and deal with the front office. But I personally haven't talked to the owner. But I know whenever we report the camp, everybody in our locker room is expecting the owner on day one to come talk to us and communicate with us, ask us questions, let him know that he's there supporting us. He's supporting his players. Because if not, then it's gonna be some issues for sure.
You a role model, right? We talk for so long, we are role models. Some people are role models by force. Some people are role models by choice. You are a role model to young black athletes in particular. Do
Right.
you have do you have any advice you want to share with them or you can share with them? Because I'm sure they're looking at yourself as being a black quarterback and saying, damn, that's what I like. That's what I want to do. Like
Right.
who I want to be. Like what is that advice?
I feel like exactly what we talked about earlier is as a young guy that's looking up to me because I'm only 24, and you're younger than me. Learn the history about the game. Learn the history about the game. Get educated with that. Build your knowledge and be able to be comfortable with the person you are today, and the person you are. It took me 3 years into the NFL to actually realize, okay, this is the person I am. This is how I like to dress. This is how I like to talk. You know what I'm saying? To be comfortable with that. If you can have that energy and that confidence and know the history, because you don't want to come in not knowing the history and you're stepping over boundaries
Yeah.
and then they try
Cool.
you and now you're looking crazy. You
Football
know what I'm
is
saying?
football is
Exactly.
great.
Exactly. So that's why I've been quiet, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for guys to be able to learn and educate themselves. So whenever you get to that moment, you won't feel the pressure that most guys felt, coming into the lead and feeling like you gotta, be a certain way to make sure you stay in the league.
So how do you navigate that though? Like how do you navigate being so young and one of the top quarterbacks in the league? I mean, you got. I mean, I really don't like. You got the Brady's and the Lamar Jacksons and the you know Mahomes. Obviously, like how do you navigate that being so young and being one of the top quarterbacks in the league?
I really just stay locked in on me. I show my love and my support to, all the other guys. When I talk to them, when we, train together, I learn what I can to try to apply it to my game. But I just stay focused on my craft. I stay focused on me and the people around me and being that servant leader and just building what I got to build to be able to stay at the top and with their lead. Of course, I see what they're doing, and I'm trying to make sure, if they have a better game this week, I got to make sure that I got to be better the next week, and I try to compete with myself all the time, and then also keep them in the back of my head that You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the top quarterback. I feel like I'm the best guy in the league, and I gotta have that confidence each and every day when I step on the field.
I mean, that's football is shit. You better have confidence in football.
Yeah, right.
Yo, I saw, I saw your tweet that you. First of all, congratulations to Patrick Mahomes, man.
Right. Yeah, that's so
that's
good.
that's groundbreaking. That's that's incredible. That's special, man, and that's never been done before, man. For somebody
Right,
to
right.
get 10-year extension, like that's just mind-boggling. But also in this time that we're in now, for something like that to happen and to be accomplished, like we all have to take our hats off to Pat and that team
Exactly.
for doing what they do. Uh, I saw the Shaq joint that you put up.
Yeah.
Like, or is it a close when you think about quarterbacks? I know y'all have to be competitive. We got to be competitive too. But there comes a point in time where there's just certain things that's very important to us. Friendships,
Right.
you know what I mean? Brotherhoods, family. Like, do you have that with guys around the NFL, or you just so locked into what you're doing to your team?
No, I actually do, man. One of my teammates, he's with Tennessee now, Jonathan Joseph,
Of course.
15-year vet, corner. I mean, I talked to him. I used to talk when he was with us every day. We chop it up every day. Even now, I know he's still living in Houston, so I go over to his crib. We chop it up. Tyron Matthew, that's my brother. Love him to death. D Hop. Um, who else? I would say K Jack, Bruce Ellington, Kenny Stills. I mean, I can just go on and on down the list. I have so much, love and the friendships and relationships that I've built over the time with just not on my team, but around the league is crazy.
So who are your go-to teammates? We all have go-to teammates for certain shit. Like we got go-to
Yeah.
teammates, in for life advice. We got go-to teammates for if we want a list of restaurants to hit. Like like
Right.
who's your go-to teammate on your team or teammates?
My go-to teammate, I'd probably say it was J. Joe, but since he's gone, I'd probably say either Kenny Stills or Will Fuller. Yeah, Kenny Stills or Will Fuller.
I got that. And I always found football fascinating from the standpoint that it's like these different sections in there, right? So you have
Yeah.
the backs hang together, the wide receivers hang together. Y'all never see the defensive team. Y'all the line hang together.
Barely see him. Right.
Like how do y'all get that done? But then also be able to go out there and play on Sunday. Like y'all don't see each other at all.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy part. We just got to be a sync. But I don't even know. Honestly, I ain't never thought about it. I ain't even really thought about that.
I'm like, because it's only 10, it's 12, 15 of us. Like y'all got 65, 60 something people
Yeah.
that y'all going to war with. It's hard. First of all, it's hard knowing 15 people.
Right.
60 something people and on a team. So I've always been fascinated with that aspect, like practice, and I always like to see for my own training, like what does a normal day for a football player looks like? Like what does training look like? What does a Tuesday look like after a game on Sunday? This is just for me. This is for me. I'm always interested in that.
No, Tuesdays are off days. So usually we'll come in on
Monday.
Yeah, it's that Monday we'll come in. So we'll come in Monday, watch the film. We get a lift in as a team. We watch the film, and then as you know, everyone just shoots out, and then we dip out, and then we don't see each other till Wednesday, unless you come in Tuesdays, which is rehab guys, quarterbacks, a couple guys from other different positions. But outside of that, I mean, the normal day is kind of Wednesday and Thursday. Those are like our heavy days. We come in, we work out, but we don't work out as a team. Everyone has different sessions. You got the 7 o'clock group, 7:30, vice versa. Kind of going from there. And then we watch our films, but we separate. We'll have a team meeting, unit meeting, and then we have position meetings. Go out to practice, come back, we eat, shower, watch the practice, and then we dip. So we really don't spend that much time with them, but we see them through the hallways and locker rooms. So
Yeah, that's crazy. First of all, like you go into battle with people you don't see for most of the week, and then you got
and then the roster,
right.
yeah,
You got to show up on Saturday or Sunday and ready to go, and
always, yes, sir.
it's not even hoping, it's trusting. Everybody has put in the work
Right.
equally to go out there and try to win Sunday. I've always found that fascinating to me because I don't know how I would be able to survive with that. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's definitely accountability. You definitely got to have accountability because you got to know, for as a quarterback, I'm trusting that defense to do their job. They trusted me to do my job. So, what I'm saying, did I do my preparation to make sure on Sunday, we go out there and be successful? If not, what I'm saying, now we losing. Defensive guy might make one bad play, he get cut. A new guy come in, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff out there.
What's one more question about football because I love it and I love to know the art of it, not just watching.
Right.
I love to know the breakdowns of it. As a quarterback, right? The playbook. I always been like intrigued on you guys learning the playbook, and our playbook in the NBA. Well, we can go over the couple sets and we got the whole playbook, right?
Yeah.
NFL as a quarterback specifically, how do you handle that? Because y'all playbook is extensive.
Yeah,
And
that shit hard.
know every route. So it's a full-time study session for you in particular.
Yeah, you back. I mean, you basically in school. You have to make sure that you're applying everything, and then not only that, you got to know, protections. You got to know what the running back doing. You got to know what the receivers, who the hots, what routes, what depths. Before we even snap the ball, the alignment, 2 yards plus, 3 yard plus. You outside the numbers. You know what I'm saying? If they're pressed, they're converting. Then as a quarterback, you got to know what the defense is doing. So you studying two things. You studying your offense, then you got to study the defense and make sure you got all their techniques and things. So it's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of study, and I'm what I'm saying it's I I I don't know if a lot of quarterbacks. I don't want to speak for nobody. Have help, but you definitely need somebody that's going to help you. Have that study. Come in.
So what life lessons is in that, right? The fact that you have to study all day. You have to study this information to have an understanding on what's going on out there. Who's coming from the blind side? Who's on the defense? What's the defensive scheme to stop you on each play? What's the routes?
Right.
You like what's the life lessons in that right there?
I say trust, because you got to trust my receiver. I know I'm hot. Hey, I need you to break at 3 yards so I can get this ball out. If not, I'm gonna get my head blown in. I need the accountability to know, that receiver know, hey, when I make the mic point on the backside, you're my hot guy on the front side. Or when, what I'm saying, uh, self-motivation when I'm studying, I gotta put the time in, on my own. I might get frustrated. Or, when I'm having a bad day or I'm having a bad game and nothing, things is looking shitty at practice. I got to be able to, get on to people, be that leader, and be a hard ass, and make sure that everyone is, doing what they need to do. So it's a lot of life lessons that can be learned in different ways.
Let's flip the script a little bit. Let's get back to wine. What's I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You give me, it's your choice. Red or white wine?
I'm gonna go. Ooh, I'm gonna go white.
Okay. So you said white. French or Italian wine?
French.
Okay, I like your taste buds. You like bold wine or light wine?
I'm like in between though. It depends on the vibe of the
Hey,
night.
the vibe of the day. I understand that.
Yeah,
You like Riesling or Chardonnay?
reason.
Okay. You like domestic wine or international?
I like international.
Okay.
Yeah.
What music? What's in your playlist right now?
Uh, I got a whole bunch of them. A lot of rap, a lot of hip hop. Being from Atlanta, gotta have that. But I like a lot of R&B. and real. I like Black. I like Khaled. I like of course Thug, Baby, Travis Scott, Drake. The people that's everyone know about.
When you ready to go, when it's time for you to go, I mean, locked in, the pressure's on, lights is bright. What are you listen? Are you hearing music in your head as you running out the tunnel, as you running to the
Oh,
field?
for sure. Yeah,
So
I
what
am.
is that? I knew you was gonna say that. What what is your go-to song coming out that locker room in the tunnel?
I'm gonna probably say YFN Lucci. Either YFN Lucci Unstoppable or YFL Lucci Destined. Destined for this.
So
Yeah.
Lucci get you going.
Yeah, Lucci, that's the big bro. He get me going.
Absolutely. Big,
Yeah.
big shout out to Lucci for sure. Big shout out to Lucci. Yo, man, I just again, man, I want to say thank you, my brother, for jumping on What's in Your Glass, man. It's been an honor for me, having you on here, uh, one of the young leaders in our community, uh, being a black quarterback in the world that we're in can be challenging at times. Can be challenging at times in your league as a whole, dealing with so many different things, so many different aspects, so many different opinions. I know what that's like. I know what that feel like. But I want to congratulate you, my brother, on just continue being who you are at the end of the day. Keep using your platform, keep speaking up, keep using your voice, and continue doing what you're doing on a football field at the end of the day, because we need you. Our community needs you. Our kids need you, and our young men at the end of the day, our young black men need people like you. So I want to congratulate you on that, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man.
Be
Thank
looking
you.
forward. I'll be looking forward to seeing how the NFL transpire over the next couple of weeks.
Right.
I just want to say thank you, my brother. Always, man. Congratulations on your book. Um, Everybody go out there, get that book. I'm sure you'll be hearing about it. But D Watt, I appreciate you, my brother, always, man.
Appreciate you having me, man. Yes, sir. All love and respect for sure.
Love, man. I appreciate y'all. Holla
Yes,
at you.
sir.
I'll be locked in. I'm tuned into you, champ.
Yes, sir. Y'all go win it, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Peace, bro.
All right.
All right.